From Cape Town to Brisbane, from Whangarei to Santiago. This is FutureQuake Southern Hemisphere.
Feel this rhythm in your bones, from fingers to your toes. That's the way, oh baby. Feel this rhythm in your feet. Can you follow the beat? Now you got it, oh baby. Oh yeah.
I think we probably talked about the story way too much. But yeah, it has been something that's really been in the news quite a bit this week. So yeah. Over to you, Mr. GK.
Okay, I'm off to the New Zealand desk. Well, here I am at the New Zealand desk, but by the sounds of that, it sounds like I'm really coming to you from downtown Tikawiti, so I'm not sure what story I'm going to do. I wonder if it should be one on gun shearers and how Kiwi shearers are better than Aussie shearers, or Aussie shearers are better than Kiwi shearers, but I haven't got that story prepared. Okay.
I can tell you you've got lots of competition when it comes to sheep shearing, eh?
Oh.
But you will find them on Christian television.
Boom, boom.
And I will just leave it. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah. Hey, Cruzy, some of those guys really know how to fleece the flock, right?
Exactly.
Somebody's cruising for a bruising.
All right.
Back to you, GK.
Hey, listen, I've got this story here at the New Zealand desk, guys. Oh yeah, hi to Mai, everybody. Hi to Mai. We've got this New Zealand story here, and it's about a lady who's in a lot of trouble simply for taking her Bible.
And
It must be the weather.
cheers, everybody.
It's something in the weather.
It could have been the lightning bolt that came through the window just now. Okay. GK, do you have anything serious to add to this conversation?
If I can get myself together, I'll attempt. So
Pull yourself towards yourself.
Yes.
Just a second, guys. I'll need to go over to the New Zealand desk. We haven't had a New Zealand desk story for some time, so just give me a couple of seconds, and I'll just make my and. Make myself comfortable here. Now, last time I did the New Zealand desk, I think I ended up in the main street of Tikawiti, but from the sounds around me right now, I think I'm in a paddock in Tikawiti. So we'll go.
Could
we'll
you
go
just
with
explain
it from
to Cruzy what sweet as means? Because I think that might be a Kiwiism.
Sweet as means no worries, like the Aussie no
There we go.
worries. It's sweet as.
See,
It's
Cool
all
bananas.
like
Yeah.
cool beans.
Cool beans.
Yeah, yeah. We say no worries. Kiwis say sweet as.
Fair dinkum.
Yeah,
That's Australian.
yeah, but that's a different meaning. And yeah, so South Africans, what do you guys say when it's cool?
I don't know. I just say cool beans.
Yeah, he says cool beans. Yeah.
Cool beans.
Lekker.
I've got no
Okay.
idea why.
Okay. Sweet as, bro.
alrighty.
Sweet as.
Sweet as from the paddock.
So anyway, I'm going to try and be serious, but you know, this particular story, I think it's doing the rounds a little bit on Facebook, and I noticed on the particular site that I grabbed it on that Sister Pamela had left a comment on there as well. Just coincidentally, I noticed it there as well. The headline is, and get ready with your buzzers.
Sorry, I was just
when you hear
when they were complaining about a rat in the aeroplane, and they were worried about it's going to start eating the wires or something. So they wrote this whole report about rats somewhere in the aeroplane, and the aircraft technician wrote back on his report, found the problem, we installed a cat. It's quite funny.
Nice.
So there's a simple solution to a complex problem.
Yeah.
Let's get Sylvester in.
Oh, man. I don't know how, I really don't know how we're going to transition from flatulent cows and
Bessie the flamethrower.
But what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to go to the New Zealand desk.
Oh my goodness.
So if you wouldn't mind just strapping yourselves in here.
Just mind the cat in the plane there.
Yes, I am flying.
And the rat.
I am flying. Yes, so here we are at 39,000 feet. We've decided on several occasions, well, on the last couple of occasions, I've gone to do the New Zealand desk. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the engine noise in the background, but the last couple of times I've walked to New Zealand, and the other time there I swam. So the people, the crew here at FQSH have decided to parachute me in to New Zealand.
You're talking a lot. I think you're just stalling. I think you need to jump now.
Just jump.
Yeah, just do it.
Well, I've never jumped before, so guys, I'm
going to push you.
trying to stall.
Just do it.
Well,
just
can we
jump.
give me a countdown? Can you give me a
Please give him the
countdown?
countdown.
I'm going to push him out the airplane.
Well, here I am, swinging in a lovely tree.
I'm surprised the mic still works.
Oh yes, we make good mics here in New Zealand. I'm swinging in a tree in a sheep paddock in lovely Tikawiti. I always end up in Tikawiti, and I'm not sure why, but here we are in lovely Tikawiti. I'm just going to get myself ready here. Just got to get out of this parachute. And we're going to do the New Zealand story. Now, getting to it now, folks. The New Zealand story. You're not going to believe this one. The headline is, I just couldn't believe this, and the headline is, New Zealand, it's a great place to be a prostitute. Now,
Where's the buzzer?
Yeah.
Where's that buzzer?
This is a United Nations paper.
What?
Right.
Back to you there, Mr. GK, I think.
Well,
I'm not mistaken.
as we've said in the introduction, we're going to do a Lord of the Rings Mount Doom story. So I guess I'm off to the New Zealand desk. And if you listen to the last show, FQSH were kind enough to parachute me in to New Zealand last time. But apparently I'm travelling by different mode of transport, and I'm going by submarine. So if you guys just give me a couple of seconds, I'll just gear up.
Okay.
I'm going into.
Do you know what you're doing?
Well,
do you know what you're doing? I mean,
well,
have you ever gone in a submarine?
No, but I've played plenty of computer games involving submarines, so this should be all right.
Great.
Okay, so hang on, just close the hatch.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Okay.
Make sure you
I hope you got some water.
close it
down
properly,
there.
eh?
Yeah, all right. Okay, so we're off
If
now.
you get stuck, just shout.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so we're off now. Going from the east coast of Australia. I'm heading to the. Oh man, you should see this. Oh wow.
Was it a what?
Oh, you're right there. What's going on there?
That has to be the biggest white shark I've ever even.
No, oh, come on.
I just thought you found Nemo.
I thought you were going to hit a rock or something.
No. Now, listen, I've got to tell you where we're heading for. And the reason why we're in the submarine is we're actually heading for. We're not going to Tikawiti this time. Every other time we've landed in the sheep paddock in Tikawiti. But this time I'm heading for Lake Taupo. So get out your map. Get out your maps, everybody.
Are you going to end up in the lake, or how are you going to navigate there?
Well, I want to end up at the southern shores because I want to get as close to Mount Doom as possible.
Oh yes, Mount Doom.
Is this coming through okay? Is this clear enough?
Yeah, just keep, as long as we can hear you, that's the main thing, G.
Okay, so I just want to tell you...
we do lose signal every now and again.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just tell you where we're headed so you can get a map out so that when we get there you'll know what we're talking about. If you look at a map of New Zealand and you look at the center of the... Oh, just a second. Whoa, I just had to avoid a... What was it?
Yeah.
There was a whale. There was a whale.
Oh,
Whale. Okay, so take a look at a map of New Zealand,
Uh-huh.
the center of the North Island, and that lake there, the big blue part in the middle is Lake Taupo. It's where we're heading.
Uh-huh.
Because very close to that is where Mount Doom is. And I used to actually go to school there in a little cave on the edge of Mount Doom.
Did you have any Hobbit friends?
I was one. Hang on.
Oh, you were?
All right.
I didn't know that.
No, just kidding.
Did you go barefoot with those hairy feet?
I'm just kidding, but I did go to school there. That's fair income.
So you went to school at Mount Doom?
No, I went to school at Taupo Intermediate. G'day to all my mates at Taupo Intermediate.
Oh, no.
That's about 40 kilometres, I think, or so from Mount Doom. So we're going to surface now, so just hang on. I'm going to surf.
Okay. Oh, careful, please. Is that an octopus on there?
Is that... Ow! Oh, man.
Please be careful, G. Please be careful.
I think I prefer the parachute, guys.
Yeah, I think it was much quicker too, actually.
All right. Okay, so here we are. I want to do this story, hang on, I just got to sit down. How do you switch this thing off? Oh, it's left. It's gone. Sorry, guys. I've lost the submarine. Well, here we are on the southern shores of Lake Taupo in New Zealand. Been here many times. I actually used to live...
Expensive. He's a
right
very
here.
expensive.
He's definitely the most expensive agent we've ever had.
Sorry, apologise.
How do we explain that? How do we actually explain that? I'm sorry. We lost your submarine. Anyway, continue, please. Okay, so you're on the shore somewhere, at a lake somewhere.
See if the Dutch can up the budget for the next show, because I don't know if I want to do the submarine thing, but I think we'll just go by a hovercraft or something.
Okay.
So D, up the budget, please, mate. Listen, here we are, standing on the lovely shores of southern shores of Lake Taupo. I actually did used to be here on this southeastern corner, and not far from Mount Doom. Now, if you wonder what I'm going on about, we'll try and get a bit serious here. We're actually in this national park, Tongariro National Park, which is just not far from the southern end of Taupo. We've got Mount Ruapehu, and Ruapehu is an active volcano in the Taupo volcanic zone, and it's actually happens to be one of the world's most active volcanoes. It's also the largest active volcano in New Zealand. The other thing about it, it's also the highest point in the North Island, and it also contains the two largest ski fields in New Zealand, so you can ski and enjoy an active volcano at the same time.
Wow.
The reason we're talking about it is because on the slopes of Mount Ruapehu and another nearby mountain that we're going to talk about in a second, some of the footage from Lord of the Rings was filmed. And there's a lot of tourists come here now just for that since the release of the Lord of the Rings. But the weather conditions here can be really changeable over the day, just like a lot of ski slopes and mountains are. And, mountain visitors are actually advised to be prepared and carry basic survival equipment. Now, I'll just tell you one thing that happened in 2003. About 400 or 500 people actually got trapped there overnight on the top there because a snowstorm blew in within a few minutes, and it made access to the road too dangerous to descend. Now, I don't think there was any injuries, but they spent the night there, and they left the next day. But this is an indication of the rapidly changing conditions that can happen here in the Tongariro, and especially on Mount Ruapehu. Now, the recent story is the DOC, the Department of Conservation here, has warned hikers to avoid the summit of Mount Ruapehu or Mount Doom, saying that the temperature readings by scientists indicated that there was an increased risk of eruption at the volcano. The 2,800-metre high mountain last erupted in 2007, and it sent a fast-moving stream of mud and debris down the mountain, but caused no injuries. The last, now there's been a couple of eruptions here over time. I don't think there was any while I lived here and went to school here, but in 1953 a massive fast-moving stream of mud and debris from the mountain caused New Zealand's worst rail disaster in history when it washed away a bridge at Tanguai and a passenger train plunged into the Wangahui River, claiming 150 lives. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about. I want you to listen closely so we don't mix this up. Another nearby mountain called Mount Tongariro erupted in August this year, sending a plume of ash 100 metres into the atmosphere. Now, the details that I've found is that Peter Jackson, the director of Lord of the Rings, he used Mount Ruapehu and the neighbouring Mount Naruhoe to depict Mount Doom in the Lord of the Rings. But he did not use Tongariro, and Tongariro is the one that has just erupted, not Ruapehu. So as far as I know, I think I've worked that right, he didn't use Tongariro, but one of the headlines is claiming that Tongariro, which just has recently erupted this week, was part of his filming, but for all the information I could find, he didn't use that. It was mainly Ruapehu and Naruhoe. Tongariro Volcanic Centre is part of the Lake Taupo volcanic line, and it takes in, I'm just trying to read this here, Lake Taupo, Kakaramia, Pihanga, Tongariro and Ruapehu are roughly aligned on the main fault, which all make up part of the Taupo volcanic zone. Now, for our Lord of the Rings fans, I've got to tell you, I have to read this because I'm not a fan. I watch the movies, but I don't know a lot about it, so please forgive my pronunciation. But Mount Doom is also called Amon Amarth, and it's a volcano in Tolkien's Middle-earth legendarium. It is located in the heart of the Black Land of Mordor and close to Barad-dûr. It's approximately 4,800 metres high, and its alternate names in Tolkien's invented language of Sindarin include Orodruin, which means fiery mountain, Amon Amarth, which means mountain of fate, and the Samath Naur, cracks of doom, is a chasm located deep within the mountain. The mountain represents the endpost of Frodo Baggins' quest to destroy the ring, which is recounted in the Lord of the Rings. The chasm is a site where the One Ring was originally forged by the Dark Lord Sauron, and the only place that it can be destroyed. Now, they are saying that Tongariro was Mount Doom, but as I said, I don't think it is, but it did erupt. There was a group of 90 school children were up there, and they had to flee for their lives on the day that it erupted, and that was this week. An acid plume 5,300 feet high was seen emitting from Te Marie crater on Tongariro Mountain, and there was a thick smell of...
Thank you for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed our show. You can find us on the web at www.fqsouthafrica.co.za. You can also join us at our Facebook group page. Just go to Facebook and search for FutureQuake Southern Hemisphere. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions, you can contact us by email. Our address is mail@fqsouthafrica.co.za. That's mail@fqsouthafrica.co.za.